Peace. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. For those who don't know me, my name is Vic Slang Hope, and today I want to talk about the differences between a snitch and a good Samaritan. Now, just to give you a little history, I think that the word snitch, or like the concept of not snitching, came from like the implementation of the Black Panther Party when they implemented like certain things in the communities, as far as like not talking to the police or not cooperating with them, because they was the ones that was coming into our neighborhood, like violating us and setting us up with charges and killing us and doing all those things except protect us. So they implemented these things. So I just wanted to say that, like, to give like a little history. Now, before I get into the breakdown of the snitches and the good Samaritans, I also want to highlight that there are different type of snitches. Now, there is the first type of snitch that I want to talk about is the person that like is out here in the streets, whether they're selling drugs, whether they're like gang banging, shooting, doing all this type of things, right? And then when they get locked up for their own shit, they tell on somebody, they rat on their friends, they cooperate against whoever it is that they need to cooperate so they could get out of jail. Then you have the other type of snitch, which is like similar, the person that is out here in the streets doing whatever they're doing, and when they get harmed because of what they're doing, or when they get hurt as a result of what they're doing, they snitch on the person that harmed them or hurt them. So these are kind of similar, but it's a little bit different. One is like a person that just trying to get out of jail, and one is another person that is just trying to get revenge instead of doing it like the street way that he's been living. So after that breakdown, I want to talk about like, but then there's also people in our communities who don't play the streets, who are not indulging in whatever activities. And to me, these people are like good Samaritan people, right? Are like people that when they get caught up in situations, like the community or these other people expect them not to call the police, or expect them not to, you know what I'm saying? Like, what do you expect them to do? Like, we don't have people in our community that can actually take action for the situation that happens, like that police our communities, that police our neighborhood. But then we expect people, innocent people that get robbed or that get harmed or that get assaulted or whatever happens to them, we expect them to just hold it down and not go to the police. Like, that shit doesn't make no sense. So I feel like at some point in time, like, we have to like really think about like, what does it mean to like still live by some of these codes, right? Like, and I'm not saying that I condone snitching, right? But what I'm saying is that like, if you playing the streets, if you playing that game, hold that shit down. Like, you know, and if you're not playing the streets and you're not playing the game, then I don't blame you for taking the action that you take. I still don't like the police. You know what I'm saying? Like, that don't mean I like them, but I understand that some people are in certain situations where that's just what they have to do. So I also wanted to highlight, like, because I think at some point in time, like, some people that might have played the streets don't want to play the streets no more. And I think that like that's another thing that we need to be thinking about. Like, I think that like when somebody doesn't want to play the street no more, or they're not living that life no more, like, people make it seem as though they can't go from like being a street person to being like a good Samaritan. And that's another concept that I want to introduce, because I believe that if a person is not playing the streets and they're living this life in a different manner, like, then they might resort to calling the cops because they don't want to be living in that same type of bag, like going out there in the streets and taking care of their own business. You know, not saying that that's me, right? I don't, but you know, we all different, and I think that like certain people, like I'm choosing to live a different lifestyle, yes, of course, but like at the same time, like, I don't know if I'm in that type of bag of like I'm gonna just be calling the police when I for situations, or I don't know, right? Like, I haven't come into terms with that, but like I think that's also something that we need to like think about when we think about like community accountability, and like what does it mean to like, you know, implement different things. How do we like allow people to change, right? And not kind of like condemn them for their change. So let me know what y'all think, man. Comment, just keep the conversation rolling. And if you like on my channel, like, you know, make sure you like and subscribe. If you like the stuff, share too, like, you know. All right, have a good one. Peace.